Hello and welcome to Wargame Airland Battle campaign Fortress Oslo. My name is Hob Gadling and we'll be playing the first actual day of fighting in the campaign. We'll start by doing an air recon on Stavanger. The enemy battle group in the area is weak, so we have options. We can't recon Oslo because the enemy has used the camouflage strike there. But our plan calls for a lightning assault through Stavanger to Oslo. So I'm going to deploy the US Marines to Göteborg. I'll first do an air recon, see that the zone is empty before deploying the Marines. That uses up all my political points, so I can't prep the fight in Stavanger with any actual strikes. I'll just have to attack them head on and hope I can deal 1,000 points worth of damage within the allotted time of 20 minutes. This should conclude our planning. There's not much more we can do during today, so let's go to war. We should have a pretty huge advantage here anyway. The tactical idea is rather simple. I'll deploy my troops to an all-out assault on 2 enemy zones. First group will be mostly armor, and it will be headed to Oslo. For that purpose I need chieftain tanks. They are the backbone of my armored forces with the 1st Infantry Brigade. And a Challenger to give me some extra firepower. To Bergen, which is mostly an urban zone, I'll use infantry. Fusiliers in FV 432s, backed up by a couple of ATGM Milan teams in the same APCs. This group doesn't have nearly as much firepower at range, but I'm hoping I can close the distance into the urban areas and fight house to house. We also need some recon forces with our troops. A Fox to go with the tanks. We still have about 500 more points. I might as well take a couple of bombers right away. I'll risk it. I think the enemy will have enough hard targets to make cluster bombers worthwhile. If the enemy is mostly infantry heavy, I don't have nearly enough targets. In that case, HE bombers would be a better choice, but I think there'll be enough armored targets to make that worthwhile. Just in case, a couple of tracked rapier SAM launchers with Alvis stalwart trucks, and there's a couple more points left, so I might as well set up a small rear guard near my CV. This is my order of battle. The plan is to attack boldly and punch the enemy hard as quickly as possible. My own casualties are not meaningful. I can take up to almost 4,000 points worth of casualties. The enemy casualties are the thing that matter here. 1000 points worth of enemy casualties and Stavanger will be ours. Since I have a few extra points, might as well call in extra recon assets. I intend to locate and destroy the enemy CV on the reinforcement zone to Oslo. For that purpose you can never have too much recon. The armored convoy should pretty soon be reaching its target. Once we are at the crossroads, we'll spread out and start destroying whatever forces the enemy has deployed. Looks like the zone is lightly defended. At least we haven't spotted anything yet. That's pretty good news for us. The further we can get into the zone before the fighting starts, the more likely we are to bag the enemy CV. The infantry convoy is soon reaching to Bergen. I soon need to start dividing attention there. Looks like we have met a couple of enemy artillery pieces. I probably make a mistake here. I should have deployed all my infantry immediately and continued the assault on foot. Trying to drive deeper into the city causes unnecessary casualties. But still we have a foothold there. We'll have to take care of it in a moment. For now, let's concentrate on the CV hunt. Unloading too late. Too many casualties from driving near enemy armor. Might as well call in the bombers, try to hit something. And there's the enemy CV. I don't need to send all of my troops to cut it off. I just need a couple of tanks in firing range and it will be done. The rest of the armor I might as well send immediately to reinforce my poor infantry that is getting shredded by the enemy T-72s. I lose my scout helicopter, but that doesn't matter. We managed to bag both the enemy CV and the enemy anti-aircraft platform. "15 minutes to go. We have caused 660 points worth of casualties. We are well within schedule here. I don't think this fight is going to be any real problem, especially not with my tanks arriving on the scene soon. There's always the backup plan of taking to Oslo and to Bergen with CVs, but as for now I don't think that will be necessary. Casualties among my infantry are almost total. That's fine. I probably could have handled and should have handled that better, but as long as the enemy is tied down, as long as I know where the enemy troops are, so I can call in my tanks and go punch him in the face, it's fine. More unnecessary casualties. I lose one of my precious rapier SAM platforms. When you only have 6 of them to start with and you keep losing them like this, you'll soon run out. Against that many tanks, a single ATGM carrier stands no chance. I lose one of my chieftains, but that doesn't matter either. We have more than enough firepower to take on 2 T-72 B1s. And we are almost there. 5 points left to destroy. If we can get the Strela platform, the fight will be over and our victory will be total. And that's that. We won the fight convincingly. Our casualties in the infantry department were rather heavy, but that's fine. 1st Infantry Brigade is an infantry battle group. There's more than enough infantry to go around. The rapier is the only loss that really hurts me. Total victory. The enemy battle group routes out of Stavanger and into Gol. Situation in Korea stabilizes. Storm over Baltic Sea is good news for us. That will hamper the enemy reinforcements. The situation here is pretty stable. We are well positioned to attack Oslo on future turns. The enemy doesn't pose a significant threat and we can wipe out the routed enemy battle group on next turn if we so choose. Here's a good point to cut off. This is Hobgadling signing out. Peace.